Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm doing the ADC tier list for patch 13.24B. So if you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, and let's get into it. To begin with, this patch had very few changes. It was only towards Lucian and Zeri. They were mostly focusing on buffs and like quality of life towards certain champions. So yeah, overall not a huge meta shift, which is why this one will end up being a short video. But I still want to talk about them nonetheless. So Lucian is going to move up into the A tier. He's now performing a lot better. The ECD going down by 3 seconds early on to the game really meaningful, as this ability is the second max, so having that uptime more often is really important. You're still an early game ADC. He is really weak to artillery and long range poke, but for the most part, if you're getting your Essence Reave and your Kraken Slayer spikes early on, and then really trying to power with these items, you can then pick up things like a Navori, RFC, 3-item core tends to be where you're strongest. Yeah, try to utilize that. Very kind of tailored towards early game. Closing out games is very important, but for the most part, he's still a marksman. You can still play out later game scenarios. Just be aware you're not as strong as a lot of the other marksmen within the pool at the moment. But for the most part, Lucian is an A tier ADC, strong early, weaker late, can struggle against artillery, but definitely a viable pick. Zeri is going to stay within the C tier, just going to move her slightly up towards the higher end of it. She is definitely performing a lot better with some more AD growth and a bit more base health, I believe she has to work with. Actually, it wasn't base health, it is W damage. It went up by 10 at all ranks, which is a nice change. The AD growth is the main thing, as it really helps with her scaling. The W, not so much. It's a fairly unreliable ability. Can really just requires your E to be able to set it up correctly. But yeah, still nice change there. Gonna stay within the C tier though. She needed a bit more to really push her up, but Zeri has been a pro problem for most of the year, and they're kind of concerned that if they were to overbuff her, then they would end up having to overnerf her going into the new season. The other two things which I want to talk about are Hui, who is a new champion, just got released. He is sometimes seeing play as like an APC bot laner. It's weird because the play rate isn't there, but there are suggestions towards it actually being a really strong and viable pick. I'm going to leave it as like an unplaced thing for the moment, as there isn't enough game sample size, but just be aware that there is a chance that this could be a strong pick when Hui is in a more balanced spot, and he has been learned by the people who are playing him. So yeah, just be aware of that. The other thing is Corki. They have specified that they want Corki bot to return as a thing. They are making changes towards it. They gave, in the hotfix patch, or in the B patch, they gave Corki some more base AD, took away some of his AD growth, give him a bit more base health, and then took away some of his health growth, trying to push him towards being a bit stronger early game, which does help in the bot lane where you're not getting as many levels. So the nerfs towards the health growth and the AD growth aren't as meaningful. But once again, Corki, pretty weak champion at the moment, will still struggle in the bot lane. I don't suddenly think this will put him in a viable spot, but if they do continue down this trend of changes, then maybe we do see Corki ADC as a thing again, especially with new items. There could be certain things that you can do to make him viable as a pick there. But overall, those are the only things I want to talk about. Not a lot of changes. We are going to have the new season very soon, but just enjoy the Christmas period. Meet up with your family, celebrate the holiday. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.